What is going on, everybody? What is going on? The Catch fam, I hope you guys are doing phenomenal tonight, man. Hope everyone has had a great Tuesday. Hope you guys have all had a great start to the week. I hope you guys are ready for another live 2023 fantasy football mock draft. Tonight, we've got a 12-team full PPR mock. We are rolling with one quarterback, two running backs, two wide receivers, a tight end, two flex spots, kicker and defense, and 5 bench spots. So you guys know what to do, man. If you guys are new to the channel, thank you so much for being here. Make sure to subscribe on the way in so you can listen to me talk about fantasy football. Guys, hit the like. Let's try and get 100 likes on the stream tonight. That's the goal. That way more people see the stream and can hear me talk about fantasy football. But most importantly, hop in the live chat, guys. Let me know what's popping. Let me know how you guys are doing. Any fantasy football questions that you guys have. Redraft, dynasty, best ball, whatever it may be. It's August 22nd, ladies and gentlemen. Whew. Can you feel it yet? Because I can. The fantasy season is essentially here. Whether you like it or not, it's time to prepare. So let's not waste any time. Let's start tonight's mock draft. Looks like we might have one or two people running late, but I will keep an eye on the draft board. I don't know. Looks like just about everyone's here. So I'll keep an eye on the draft board, and we'll get going. So we've had 2 leagues so far for the redraft tournament draft. Okay, league number 1, league number 2. Last Friday and last Saturday. This Friday and Saturday we'll have league number 3 and league number 4 drafts. So in league number 3, I'm at the 1.10, and league number 4, I'm at the 1.6, which is where I'm drafting from tonight. You know, I feel like I have a good amount of experience drafting from the 1.10 this offseason. I have some from the 1.6. I have some from every position, but I was like, man, I don't have a ton of experience from the 1.6, but I would imagine in this range, I don't know. It's just every draft's different, you know. For me, if Bijan's there, that's who I'm going to be taking. I'll go here a running back happily at the 1.6, but I don't know if he's going to be there. I mean, we've seen some drafts where he goes at the 1.1. So, you know, for the purpose of tonight's mock, I'll run a hero running back strategy with Bijan. I'm happy with that. But we'll see how things change as we progress into the actual draft come Saturday night for league number 3. Okay. I was not on last night, so last time I talked to you guys was Sunday and what we did the late night best ball draft. So JSN, a slight wrist fracture, expected to be sidelined for about 3 to 4 weeks. So his status for week 1 of the season is in question. Dove for a ball. Last night's preseason action. So today's the 22nd. The 29th is 1 week. The 5th is 2 weeks. Kickoff is on the 7th. That would make the 10th. Week 1 for the Hawks. And that's not 3 to 4 weeks from now. That's about 2.5 weeks from now. So he's up in the air for week 1, if not out for week 1, which is a big slap to the face in a lot of dynasty communities, including my face because I own JSN in at least one league. So that sucks. I mean, how else are you supposed to put it, you know? And luckily, like, I do feel like throughout the preseason so far, we've averted like a ton of major injury, but we've had some, you know, and this one definitely not great. All right, a report indicating Patriots running back Ezekiel Elliott has a weird ring to it. Haven't said that many times in my life. Has seen a noticeable uptick in work behind Ramondre Stevenson, specifically as a pass catcher. Great. Yay. We'll see what really happens here. I mean, I think we all kind of assumed he would be getting like goal line work. You know, I mean, I just drafted Ramondre Stevenson and one of the catch drafts, what was that, Saturday night for league number 2 as my like hero running back in the 3rd round after going heavy wide receiver the first 2. And my whole argument was, you know, his PPR upside came from catching the ball, 69 receptions last year. Zeke's not going to take that away. I don't know. It's the off season. We don't ever want to overreact to a report like this. But geez Louise. Can we just not do this? Bill, if you're listening, let's not do this. Raiders wide receiver Hunter Renfrow practicing a red jersey, battling a shoulder injury. Doesn't sound like anything that you're like, okay, like who cares, right? You know, it's not like super impactful to my upcoming draft. But if you've been eyeing Jacoby Myers late in your drafts, this is definitely something to pay attention to. Because Renfrow is really the only other person who could steal targets from said wide receiver Jacoby Myers. I mean, other than Adams, like, duh, but you get what I'm saying. As a wide receiver 2 spot, right? Okay, so we had actually some good preseason action go down between the Commanders and the Ravens. But in that game, luckily the MRI revealed no major injury to wide receiver Terry McLaurin, but he's considered day-to-day. He's dealing with a toe injury. So, and Dewami Brown... how do you say his first name? Also got a concussion in the game, I believe. And he caught a touchdown in the game. And I mean, gosh, where are my Commanders fans at? I think it's time for me to go back to my Washington fandom that I grew up with, that I talk to you guys about all the time, that I've been in pain with. But the Commanders look pretty good out there. I mean, preseason, let's not overreact. But Sam Howell looked nice. Antonio Gibson caught a touchdown. Jahan Dotson looked good. Yeah, and, you know, here's a big fantasy implication. With McLaurin being hurt, can Dotson step up as a wide receiver 1? I definitely think it's possible. How about them Commanders kicking the field goal, walk-off win? Baker Mayfield. Baker. Named the starting quarterback. I told you guys. Those of you who are doubting Baker, I told you all along it would be Baker. Let's see how long it lasts. Rashad White, Baker Mayfield, highest checkdown rate of any quarterback last year. Don't forget it. Rashad White's going to catch a lot of passes this year. 50 receptions as a rookie. All right, Jonathan Taylor. The Colts are allowing him to seek a trade. They said, it's okay, buddy. Go seek your trade, okay? We'll see what kind of shakes out here. Gosh, tonight's a heavy wide receiver draft. Heavy. But Jonathan Taylor, according to sources, right, the teams that might be inquiring for a trade, I mean, the main one that we've heard about is the Dolphins. Okay. And outside of that, I mean, I don't know. You're going to see a lot of different names thrown out there. I've seen the Bills. I've seen the Chiefs. I feel like anytime there's a big-name player out there, though, the Bills and the Chiefs come up. So, but the Dolphins seem to be the team, you know, with Devon Achane getting this, you know, the shoulder banged up. And, I mean, they re-signed Mostert and Wilson, but I've been saying all offseason long, like, I don't think those guys are going to be bad or anything, but even though they got re-signed, there's a chance that one of them gets cut. So I don't know. But we'll see. I mean, let me know in the chat. I haven't got to talk to you guys. This obviously broke a day ago. Where do you guys think JT ends up? Or do you think he stays with the Colts? Bengals head coach Zach Taylor says Burrow is looking A-okay. Quote unquote. Just kidding. He said looks probably as good as he's ever looked at this point. So, I don't know. Yeah, so Devon Achane considered week to week. Seems to have avoided any serious injury. We had the Josh Jacobs thing. You know, report came out. Jacobs expected in this holdout report to team before week 1. Then Jacobs came out and said that's not true. So, okay. Jaguars head coach Doug Peterson says it is likely Tank Bigsby's role will expand as the season progresses. We shall see. Okay, outside of that, I think we hit about just everything except for the fact that who else scored a touchdown in that Washington-Baltimore? I was trying to think of a cool word to describe the game, but that matchup, Zay Flowers, baby. We've been talking about Zay for weeks. I've been getting hate in some of the comments, like, Zay Flowers? Really? You're drafting Zay Flowers? Even though I'm drafting him as like my wide receiver 4 or 5, people are still like, come on, man. Zay Flowers looking good out there. Scored a touchdown. Preseason, I get it. Let's not overreact. But at the end of the day, Zay Flowers sticking by it. Guys in line to be a wide receiver one in that offense. So good things. I mean, a lot of the players I've liked and talked about throughout the offseason have kind of shown up in preseason. So you love to see it. All right. I'm going to draft a player here for my team. It's going to be Brandon Ayuk. And let's hop in the live chat. Thank you guys for being here. Guys, hit the like button for me. 100 likes on the stream tonight. We're going to do it. Okay, let's see. J-Dubs, what's up, man? Hello, hello. Dom, what's going on, man? Thomas, good to see you. Hello, hello. Yeah, sorry that you had to go back to work. Always the worst feeling coming back from vacation. Pray for Jason. Mecky the Goat, what's up? Good to see you. Hello, hello. Spence, I muted it. Don't worry. I had pick 3, my $2,000 league, full PPR. Who should I take at pick 3? Jeez, Bijan or C-Mac. Chase or JJ, obviously, if they fall out. Depends if you want to go hero running back or start aggressive at wide receiver. I'd probably go hero running back, go C-Mac or Bijan. If you're going wide receiver there, it's probably Hill, unless Chase falls out. Someone goes running back at 2. Andrea, hello. Chase Brown, hello, hello. Rock out, how bad is my team? Super reach or super flex? Super flex, draft, quarterback. Good to see you, Rock out. What's up, man? A-Rod, Sam Howell, Aaron Jones, Damian Pierce, Brian Robinson, Gainwell Bigsby, JJ, Devonta Smith, Keenan Allen, Mike Evans, Zay Jones, Curtis Samuel, Tank Dell, JSN, Komet. Not a bad looking squad off the top of my head here. I mean, you're starting Aaron Rodgers. You're super flexing Sam Howell. I mean, I think that's where people might say some of your upside is ultimately limited, but you're starting Aaron Jones and Damian Pierce. I like Brian Robinson on the bench. I think Gainwell and Bigsby are going to be very good handcuffs to have in redraft. You're starting JJ. You're starting Devonta Smith. Like, don't worry about that. You're starting Cole Kmet, which I'm fine with. Then, you know, depending on if you have 1 flex or 2 flexes in your leagues is kind of the next question. But, you know, even if it's 1 flex, you have some names there that you can kind of filter in. So I think ultimately you'll be fine. The big question is how much upside do you get potentially at the quarterback position? Like, where's the ceiling there? I don't know if it's crazy high necessarily. All right, let's push some ADP tonight. Give me Jahan Dotson as my wide receiver 4. Throw him in my flex, baby. Let's see here. J Fitness says CMC at 5, a steal. Yeah, little wide receiver heavy to start the draft. Yeah, Chase, I agree. I think JSN will be okay. Trying to trade JJ like a 2-for-1. I mean, it depends on who you can get. If you can get like a CeeDee Lamb, AJ Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Garrett Wilson, caliber wide receiver, and then somebody in a similar tier, or I mean, honestly, your team looks like it needs quarterback value more than anything. Because I mean, right now you can flex Keenan Allen, Mike Evans, even Zay Jones, Tank Dell, JSN. You have options, so. I don't know. If I'm you, I might hold on to JJ. J Fitness, thoughts on the trade in the Catch Fam number 2 league? I don't even know what in the world you guys were doing. I just hit accept. 3-way trade. I'm like, okay, I don't know who's getting who, but if you guys are happy, then I'm good with it. J Fitness, I get Ayuk and Goddard, trade Waller and Mike Williams away. I mean, for me personally, I prefer the Ayuk and Goddard side. Those are the guys that I like more. But I can definitely see the argument for the other side. I like the Ayuk and Goddard side, though. And I definitely think it's close at the end of the day. Let's see. Jados makes a good point. Waller and Mike is better in his opinion, but you definitely curved your injury risk. Redraft, I like more consistency. I think that's fair. Jay says, Trask over Baker, I will ride the Trask train. Hey, if you want it, get on board. Grail Collect, good to see you. Good to see you drafting with us as well. Yes, JT sad. I mean, yeah, if JT goes to Miami, you know, J-Dub says RIP to A-Shane. I don't think it's over for A-Shane. I really don't. It's more over than it is currently, but I still kind of stand by the idea that McDaniel as a head coach is going to utilize Devon A-Shane in a unique way and kind of utilize his skill set. You know, I don't think he's a running back who's going to be on the field 24/7 or anything like that. But I do think ultimately he's in a position where, you know, you look at his skill set and ultimately, dang it, I wanted Rachaad White right here. But ultimately, you know, we know what he brings to the table. He might be a smaller guy. He did kind of like do a little bit of everything in college, but he brings speed to the table. And I think McDaniel will still find ways to utilize Devon A-Shane when healthy, even if Jonathan Taylor is there. The upside, like the overall production takes a massive slap to the face. I'm not saying that it won't, but what I am saying is that I still think Devon A-Shane can get involved. Like, I think if anything, Jeff Wilson, Raheem Mostert, one or two of them could get cut, and if not, their overall production really tanks. I think Devon A-Shane, a unique skill set that he brings to the table, mainly speed, right? When you look at this offense, like you just think fast guys, and hopefully the quarterback's not concussed. And if he's not, then the offense looks great, right? And I think Devon A-Shane still fits into the mix. But I don't disagree. Like, yeah, you have less excitement around him overall, for sure. Let's see. Yeah, Box, the trade, let me get it pulled up real quick. Oh, that's right. Amon-Ra pitched for Chase. You know, I don't think either side really lost in that trade. You know, it just kind of depends on who you like more. I think it was a fair trade. Amon-Ra, his current value is a guy who could break out right behind like Jamar Chase in rankings next year. Kyle Pitts, I think, is a fair equation to that trade. So I really don't feel like either side lost because I like Amon-Ra enough that if him and Chase, good pick, J-Dubs, are both healthy this coming season, I really do feel like they could finish like right next to each other in rankings at the end of the year. So, and I mean, I've been high on Amon-Ra all off season long and all of last off season as well. So like a top 5 finish for Amon-Ra and Chase is not out of question by any means. So ultimately, you know, if one side liked Amon-Ra and wanted, you know, an upgrade at tight end, so to speak, I think that's fine. The other side gets Jamar Chase. You really can't argue against Chase. So I think it's a good trade overall. Benefits both sides. Taylor, we see these quarterbacks falling to the 4th in mocks, but they don't fall past the 3.1 in real drafts. Yeah. I mean, kind of what we've seen happen in the first 2 drafts is Mahomes goes in the 2nd round. And then people start to say, I mean, didn't Josh Allen go in the 2nd round, end of the 2nd round? Yeah, like 2.8 or 2.9 in league number 3 as well. And then like after that, you're starting to look at the board like, man, if I want one of these top tier guys, I got to lock them up. And yeah, that run begins a little bit early. T-Law and Herbert fall to the 7th tonight. I don't know if that'll happen in our real drafts either. So, all right, let's see here. Zakira, sorry, I'm really bad at pronouncing anything, but you're asking about your team. How's it look? Fields, JT, Brees, Akers, Miles Sanders, Dobbins, Chase, Wilson, Ridley, Addison, Thomas, Elijah Moore, Kincaid, and Laporta. Pretty good team for sure. But I think the biggest thing that stands out to me is the tight end position for you. Both rookies, like, yeah, both those guys are in line to get, you know, be starters for their respective teams. But ultimately, rookie tight ends still carry a lot of risk. So even if there's somebody out there on the waiver wire who's just a veteran, like maybe they're worth stashing for you. I mean, even if it's like Hayden Hurst or Noah Fant, like just somebody. who's left over, I think they're probably worth a look as well. But your quarterback situation's fine with Fields. Running backs look good. Your running back room is very solid. Wide receivers look good as well. Just for me, tight end is a little bit of a question mark. And of course, context matters. Like, is it just a standard format? Do you have 2 flexes, 1 flex, full PPR, all that good stuff? But ultimately, I think the team looks pretty good. Who do I want to draft? Who do I want to draft? I'm just going to take Bijan Robinson. That's a hero running back team right there, man. Was hoping Gibson or Herbert would fall here, but I'll survive. I'll take Bijan Robinson. He's fine. Yeah, so I get sniped on White in the 6th. I get sniped on Monty in the 7th. And I'm okay with Bijan Robinson in the 8th, but like I said, prefer Gibson or Herbie. But I like this team so far. We're doing okay. Tropic, what's up, man? In your opinion, what is the best position to draft from in a half PPR 8-man 3 wide receiver, 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 1 tight end, 1 flex? Meh. For me, I don't think the position matters so much as does establishing your strategy and your roster construction. You know, I will say kind of those like the 1-3, 1-4, 1-5 range. I don't really prefer it because then you're probably going to be tempted to go hero running back. You know, there's going to be guys like C-Mac and Bijan probably on the board. So I think, you know, in the 3 wide receiver format, I either prefer the 1.1 or 1.2 or a like 1.6, 1.7, 1.8 range. Because at the 1.1, 1.2, obviously you're going to be able to get JJ or Chase. And then those later picks, like, you know, there's still a handful of really good wide receivers you can take. Even guys like Tyreek Hill, Cooper Kupp might be there, but if not, you know, CeeDee Lamb, Diggs, Brown, St. Brown, whoever you like in that range, Garrett Wilson. So, you know, and I mean, I think the advantage of the end of the round selections in the first is you're going to get that early second round pick, which are essentially first round values, especially in an 8-man format. So, you know, I think the most important thing there is really just establishing what your strategy is going to be. Oh, nice. Boxing and Jacks got Burrow and Chase, didn't realize. And you got Kupp. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be dangerous. All right, let me get caught up here. Nick, what's up, man? Is there any world where you consider drafting Bijan at 1.3? 100%. Yeah. I'll take Bijan as probably as early as the 1.3, maybe the 1.2. So, yeah. For sure. 1.1, I'm still not quite there. Still probably going with JJ. 1.2, I think there's an argument. And then I don't know. I mean, I think I would consider, you know, I'm in like 14 leagues this year, so to have one league where I take Bijan at the 1.1, I don't think like ends my season or anything overall. So yeah, 1.3 I do think is fine. J-Dub says, I like Bijan as much as CMC. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Nick, I think he could be huge, but it's always risky with the rookie, and it's Atlanta. Yeah, I mean, that is fair. But I want you guys to think about the New York Giants when they drafted Saquon Barkley, okay? I was talking to somebody about this at the gym today because they were bringing up Bijan, and they were saying, yeah, like, I'm not really sold, and it's Atlanta. Like, I don't like that offense, right? And I get that, guys. But, you know, this offense should be better than it was last year. Drake London as a sophomore. Kyle Pitts will be back and healthy. Desmond Ridder should give us better overall quarterback play than last year. But, you know, let's get back to the point, right? Saquon Barkley was drafted in 2018. He was the RB1. 1,300 rushing yards, 11 rushing touchdowns, 5 yards per touch, 121 targets. Whew. 91 receptions, 721 receiving yards, and 4 touchdowns. Okay. Can you guys name a single player on the Giants offense that year? I'm about to look it up. They were really bad that year. They finished 4th in the NFC East. Okay. So the only offensive Pro Bowler that year was Saquon Barkley. I'm going to go through their offense here. Guess. I mean, Geno Smith. Oh, no. I was about to say, was Geno Smith really on the team? Dang, they drafted Will Hernandez that year too. Okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can just pull up the roster from that year. I mean, the point being is the Giants were awful that year. Oh, gosh, I'm on the clock. I got Saquon pulled up. I can't draft him. I need a tight end. I'll take Cole Kmet. That's fine. But I want to actually see if I can pull up the roster from that year. I think I got it right here, guys. Okay, I mean, there were some good players that year, but the only Pro Bowler was Saquon Barkley. Odell was on that team that year. So, I mean, Odell was good. Sterling Shepard, Evan Engram, there are some players here. But the offense collectively was not that great, is the point. Okay? I'm kind of surprised Odell didn't make the Pro Bowl that year. He had a good year. Shepard didn't have that bad of a year, and Ingram was okay that year too. And Eli Manning was obviously on the team. So maybe it wasn't the best lead up. Like, can you name anyone on the team that year? I mean, but collectively, nobody really could anyways. So maybe the point being. But the real point is the offense was not fantastic that year. They were 5-11, 4th in the division. Okay. Let's see. Advanced stats. Okay, this doesn't really give us anything that backs it up. So I don't know. I mean, I guess that offense better than the Falcons this year, but the point being is just because he's not entering the Bills offense or the Chiefs offense or the Bengals offense or the Jaguars or Eagles or whatever, it doesn't mean he can't have a very productive fantasy season at the end of the day. And, you know, like, you think about offenses like the Chiefs, for example, you know, a rookie running back going to a team like that isn't necessarily great, because what happens with running backs on the Chiefs, for example? And they might be a unique team, like Andy Reid, a very unique play caller, Patrick Mahomes, a once-in-a-generation quarterback, but, you know, like, they don't run the ball a ton from the 20-yard line. Actually, they did the least amount in the league last year because they can throw the football. You know, when Josh Allen gets near the goal line, Josh Allen runs it in, or he throws it to Stephon Diggs. You know, it's sometimes it's better, believe it or not, for a running back to be in a situation where the offense is not that great, because, I mean, yeah, like, defenses are going to be able to stack the box at times, but at the end of the day, the offense is going to run through the running back. So, and we know that's going to be the situation with the Falcons, like Arthur Smith. This is what he's notorious for. He just runs the football a ton. I mean, he runs it so much that Tyler Algier is probably going to be pretty involved this year. So, you know, we know what to expect. And Bijan could finish just with a ridiculous amount of carries this year, and he's going to be involved in the receiving game as well. So I would not have any fears about the Falcons' offense specifically. So, all right, let's see. Atlanta was the number 1 rushing attack with Algier, says J-Dubs. That's true. Godfather, good to see you. Tommy says Jeremy Shockey. Shout out to Jeremy Shockey. I mean, yeah, I mean, you know, admittedly, Odell had a good year that year. Sterling Shepard played well that year, and Evan Engram played well, and Eli Manning was still on the team. So my lead up wasn't as great. But anytime I ask someone that question, people don't know. Like, they don't remember who was on the offense that year. But they do remember that Saquon Barkley was a rookie, and he finished as the RB1 overall in fantasy football in both standard and PPR formats. So that's kind of more of the point, I guess. What do you think about Chase for Higgins and Waller? I would keep Chase. I would definitely keep the Chase side of things. But I'm not as high on Waller as some other people. Nick, everyone went crazy over CEH, and it never worked out. Too many weapons there, 100%. All right, let me make my draft selection. Let's go Jacoby Myers. Oh, wait, we have one more pick after this. Okay. I thought that was it. By the way, guys, I'm on a time crunch tonight, so no team reviews on stream tonight. You guys can post them on Discord. We'll do some community review. But after we finish the draft, I do unfortunately have to end the stream early tonight. It was either I did a short stream tonight or no stream at all. So I figured a short stream was better than nothing. So I do apologize in advance for that, guys. Grail says he's got a 2-quarterback league going. The fantasy football app needs some competitive players. So if you guys are interested, Grail's shouting that out. Yeah, you can post it on Discord, Grail. Probably be the easiest thing for you to actually get people to join. Man, Devontae Shane drops to the 13th round tonight. Taylor says next league coming up has no kicker. I'm going to pass on kicker. No worry. No worries, I should say. Do your thing. I passed on kicker in both the drafts so far this year. Smokey, what's good, bro? Drafting your home league this Thursday. 12-team full PPR. Taking notes. Let's go. Always good to have you in the house. Pray, hello. Hope you're doing well, man. Who do I want to draft? I don't know. Should I take another wide receiver? Let's just do it. Let's take Rashid Shaheed. I feel like we have an extra round tonight. Oh, I guess maybe I should have gone with the second quarterback. Oh, well. I feel like we have an extra round, but I guess not. We only have 5 bench spots. Yeah. Okay, I will put an asterisk there. I actually meant to draft a second quarterback behind Tua, but that's okay. We do have extra round, don't we? But the format looks the same. What am I missing? Oh, well. You guys get an extra round. Let's go. So let's see here. Tua and Komet, Bijan Madison, Waddle Moore, flexing Ayuk, flexing Dotson, Connor, Brian Robinson, Dobbs, Myers, Shaheed on the bench. I take this team. All right, guys, so go ahead and wrap up here. I'm just going to draft a kicker and defense, keep it true to form. I think ultimately from the 1-6 going hero running back, this turned out okay. I mean, I'm fine with DJ Moore as my wide receiver too. Not everyone is. I'm okay with Ayuk right there. I know I took him over some names, maybe like Drake London, even Christian Watson, but for me, like I probably prefer Watson in that range, but I'm always thinking like kind of ahead. Like I know I'm going to target Romeo Dobbs late. I don't want to get saturated into that offense. So that was literally why I didn't take Watson right there. But I like IU. I think he's have a very good year. I took Dotson a little bit against ADP. Like I said, trying to push that ADP up, make his name hotter than it is. But Godwin, even his teammate McLaurin, he's hurt right now. Brown, Williams, Evans, there's names there. But give me that upside. Madison, Connor, Brian Robinson. You guys snipe me on White and Monty, J-Dubs and Kuda. Some sort of treason against me tonight. But I love Romeo Dobbs in the 9th. I don't care if I'm reaching for him. I think he's going to have a great year. I'm okay with Bijan Robinson in the 4th. I was kind of hoping Gibson or Herbie would make it, but I'm okay getting Bijan Robinson right there. So no worries. And then Myers, Shaheed, taking 2 late dart throws at the position, and I'm okay with that. Love those guys in that range. We end up with 1 quarterback. Could have gone to second quarterback over Shaheed, being that Tua has injury concerns, but we get Tua quarterback. If he's healthy, I'm fine with it. Komet, perfectly fine with Komet as my tight end 1. So I think this team turned out okay, actually. Smokey, 5 or 6 bench spots for a 12-teamer. I would say 5. I think 5 and redraft is plenty. Plenty. So I would say 5. But if you do 6, not the end of the world. Just everyone kind of drafts like the problem is most people are just going to draft players that are going to be like dropped on the waiver wire, moved around, handcuffs, people who aren't super relevant. But then as the season goes on, you have teams that are building better rosters. You have teams that have better players on the bench. Then you're going to look at some teams like, oh my gosh, I wish we didn't have that 6th spot because somebody ended up with 3 absolute studs off the waiver wire and they're already killing it. So I think 5 keeps it a little bit more even par, if that makes sense. So, all right, give me the Ravens defense, but I don't mind the Pats. Both are going to be good this year. And I'm going to draft a kicker. Then we'll go ahead and we're going to wrap up the stream a little early tonight. You guys, you might see a couple of these streams this week and next because my schedule is absolutely crazy for like the next 2.5 weeks. And yeah, so you might see some streams where I say, hey, we're going to hop on, we're going to mock, but I won't be able to do the team reviews because it usually takes like half an hour, which I love doing with you guys. I know you guys like that feedback. So, but just be aware that we might have a couple. It's either like I don't stream at all or I just get on and we do these kind of faster streams that are under 40 minutes as opposed to like an hour, hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes. So just want to let you guys know. But I'm going to do my best to stream Friday night for the draft and then stream Saturday night for the draft as well. So should be good to go there. I know Saturday probably should be an option. Friday's what I'm a little bit more worried about with my schedule, but I'm going to do everything I can so that I'm live streaming the drafts on Friday and Saturday with you guys. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that just about wraps up the stream. So make sure you guys hit the like on the way out. If you guys are new and you tuned in, thank you guys for being here. Do all that YouTube stuff. Subscribe. Links are down below. Instagram. We post all the mock draft links on Instagram. Join our Discord. It's free. Post all the mock draft invites on Discord as well. And that'll kind of wrap it up for the night. So, guys, I'm trying to get a video out from every draft position for 8-team formats, 10-team formats, and 12-team formats. Right now, I'm on pace to do so. I'm trying to save the 12-team format videos for kind of closer to the, September 7th kickoff, but also we live stream so many of the 12-team formats that I feel like it's not as necessary. But those videos where I do like the round-by-round roster construction advice, a little bit different than what you get from when I'm streaming. And I also want to get some super flex formats worked into the live streams as well. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to live stream it, but I do want to do an auction mock soon because we have the auction league coming up. J-Dub's asking if we can do a 3 wide receiver format. I can get that worked in as well. Might have to be on a live stream though, so which is probably what you're asking anyways. But just so you guys know, a lot coming up. If you guys are looking for other formats, if you're newer to the channel, we have a ton of mocks out. Make sure you guys go check them out. And yeah. So thank you guys for being here tonight, man. Thank you guys for hanging out, talking fantasy. And thank you guys for this mock. This was a great mock. Post your teams on Discord for community review. And that's going to wrap it up tonight. So you guys know who you are. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you guys for hanging out. And that's going to wrap it up for the evening. So I guess that's it. Sorry for the short stream, guys. I really am. But I'm on a time crunch here. And I did want to hop on for a bit and hang out with you guys and throw together a mock with you guys. So thank you guys for drafting. Thank you guys for hanging out, talking fantasy. And if you guys need anything, let me know on Discord or Sleeper, Instagram, wherever. I'll get back to you when I can. So I should be back on tomorrow. It might be a short stream, but I should be able to get back on tomorrow. And I'll have an 8-team video dropping sometime tomorrow for you guys as well. So thank you guys, man. Love you guys. Love this community. Love the Catch fam. Everyone be safe. Have a great night. With that, I will say, thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, you saw it here on the Catch. And peace.